All right, I made me a new pressure flaker. This was an old one that the nail wore out on. I drilled in and I found my straightest piece of antler, and it goes down about an inch and a half. And I put a bunch of pine resin glue in there, heated it till it was like liquid, pushed this in, and then it foamed up. Wet my finger and went around it. If this is elm, so I don't think it'll crack. This wood, this is elm, rock elm. So I don't think it'll crack, but if it starts to, I'll carve a little um, band around there and then wrap it with fibers. But there we go. My new ABO pressure flaker. All right. We've got a really thin flake. And I've got my new antler pressure flaker. So I'm hoping this works out like really good. I'm going to take the leather glove off, or the glove off, and I'm going to use a leather pad, and I'm going to try and do some nappering. Now this is long, so it's almost like an ishi stick for me. So I think I can get more power. And we'll see. We'll see if I break this point or not. I don't really want to break it, but Patrick already took the nap before the snap thing, so I'll just have to, don't know what I'll call it. I wish I could stay in one place. But you see, I braided a little. Can't see what I'm doing with that. Making the same mistake over and over is not the way to nap. My little pad. This is my buddy here. I love this little pad. I just made this one. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I think that was Hulk Hogan that said, "Oh yeah." I don't know though. I haven't watched wrestling since I was like 14 or 13, somewhere around there. I like it because it's got spring like my nail when I use that long nail. That long nail for napping. I'm going to just knock off some of this paper thinness. This is a really thin sandstone. Why a really thin sandstone? I don't know. It's just what I picked up. If you want to make super thin points, start with the super thin flake. That's what they say in the old days. when they wasn't trying to impress people, when they was just trying to get something to eat or defend their land from whoever they needed to defend it from. Oh, my upside light isn't on. Wonder why I couldn't see and it was dark. Oh, I'm the pure epitome of winging it. Maybe I should have left the light off. You can't see all the mistakes I make. This is not the trying to be perfect channel. This is the winging it. Winging it channel. I got to get that yucky stuff off where the spalling took place. Generally make that the point because it's got to be thin the most, and you know, when you get down here running notches in, it'll be, dare I say, easy. I don't dare say it because it's never easy. It's never easy, no matter unless you use an angle grinder. What? You can use an angle grinder? Yes, you can. If you find that the fun way to go, why not? It's all about you. Napping, like anything else, is mostly about you. Oh, this is working out pretty nicely. Now if I can just avoid step fractures on this little super thin flake, I'll be right in business. See, this tine flexes and pushes. See, look how this thing is super thin. Look, them flakes are loving it. Loving it, loving it, loving it. And having the right antler helps. I think I'm going to make a little light bulb bin to put my antlers in, so they will always be dry, because that seems to be the issue that I have. My antlers are not really ever getting dry. Like I said, we had like no rain. No rain at all this year. My creek's totally dried up, which is kind of cool because I could just walk down and pick up a sandstone. Yeah, without no troubles at all. What I'm doing here is I have this Noah braiding thing I've been working on. I'm actually just making my platforms with pressure, and I'm just going to do the edge a little. But I think with the antler, I don't even have to do that, because it needs a kind of a sharp edge to grab into. From what I've been told and what I've kind of found, it needs that. I need to get faster at making these, because I want to have 100 of them in my Etsy store. And I want to have a bunch of knives in my Etsy store. So I have to get faster. Not always the best thing. Like usually when I try to go fast, I break them. But that's because I never tried to go fast before and make a good point. I can go fast and make a, what we would call serviceable point. And a serviceable point is mostly what is found around here, because we don't have good, well, we do have some good stuff. We have Flint Ridge, which is, you know, probably for the original flint knappers, you know, the Indians, it was probably pretty good because they got to pick the best. But nowadays, the best is dug. And the easy to get to spots were all taken by the Indians. Can't blame them for that, right? Can't blame them for that. They needed it to live, you know. We just need it for art or sport, which doesn't really mean that we need it. So that's where we're at. Man, this is beating me up, guys and gals. There's not that many gals, but there's a few. Basically, I'm just putting this on there for grit so that the antler will grab better. So I don't have to push as hard. Yeah, see? That's looking nice, though. Just enough to knock off any little radial fractures that will split the piece. There, I straightened that tip out. Now I just got to work my way down and see how big of a point I can actually get. So, is everybody napping today? Or at work? I don't really know what to talk about. I was going to go hunting. But I really can't. I don't have anywhere to put an animal if I got so fortunate as to get one. I mean, I could go hunting and just do a no-kill. Just, you know, get them on camera. Because there's just nowhere to stuff it. Now it's from a previous like spalling, but there's a, you know, it might as well be a step fracture there. So I'm gonna have to come all the way down here and start working up. And hopefully I can get that. If not, we'll go to plan B. Not too bad so far. Still a little bit of it there, but we can forget about that for now. Nice and straight. Nice and thin. I mean, honestly, you could just sharpen it. And if you was for real, you would sharpen that and, you know, leave them big flakes in that flat surface. But I'm thinking I'm going to be making jewelry with this one. So I'm going to continue to take it down a little. Well, there we go. Guess I took it down enough. I'll still get one out of this. That's that getting in a hurry, thinking you got it licked thing. Old Patrick Blank will say that's the bridging, but really that one was my mistake, because I generally hang it over a corner, and I got complacent because it was real thin. I thought it would just, you know, give up, and it didn't. Which is all right. Don't get upset. There's lots of broken ones. There's lots of broken ones. Which this is what I should have done. I should have sheared that thin like this, and I wouldn't have broke that. But this is going to be plenty fine for a necklace size. We need a little chalk on our edge. Give us some grip. So anyways, what do you think I can do to get more viewers to stick around longer? Not be so unprofessional, maybe. Because I don't really put a lot into the background, or sound effects or editing or anything like that. I mean, is that the cause, the issue? Because I do want to be more entertaining. I don't really have a reactionary sense of humor, not a primary, as I would call it. Like, in person I can crack them pretty good, but not in person, not so much. And I'm open to suggestions. Maybe don't talk. Maybe my voice is annoying. Some people are like that to me. Their voice is just annoying. I could be like that to some people, but then I don't know why they would subscribe. I would think take an example. One of the biggest flint napping guy, not Donnie Dusk. He's not the biggest flint napping guy. He's a TV star that carried it over to Facebook or YouTube and Facebook and all that. My opinion, the biggest flint napping guy is Jack Crafty. And I'm sure a lot of people would share my opinion. So, he has 28,000 subscribers. And, I mean, he gets views. But you would think when he put out a video, he would get at least 10,000. Half of them. And maybe if it's only for, a few minutes and they say, this one's not for me. I don't like when he talks, or I don't like when he does small points, or I only want to see him do, whatever it is. You would think that he would get, 10,000, 15,000 right off the get-go. And, even if they're only, 5-minute views, or, that would be something. So I don't know how YouTube works. If I have, I have 1,500 and some, almost 1,600. If I got a 5-minute view from every one of them, or even a 1-minute view from every one of them, or 75% of them, my channel would get recommended more because I would have more view time and I would get more subscribers. And I don't know why, like when I put up a video, the first couple hours, they go pretty good. I'll get 150 views in an hour, and then that's it. Or not really that's it, but, when I first started doing this YouTube thing, one of my first videos was flint napping glass, a glass arrowhead. And it got 7,000 views in like 3 days. Long views, like most of the video. And I had, it was so funny, I had 4,000 and some view hours, and I had like 80 subscribers. And now I have, over 10 times the subscribers, and I don't get nowhere near the view hours. And if there's any of you professional YouTubers or just, anybody wants to give me a suggestion of, what to do this, do that, come out, make videos that aren't stupid, I don't know. Do something besides flint knapping. I mean, flint knapping, I like it, and I think there's a lot of people that like it. Okay, I need to go use the latrine, or for my fellow Marines and Navy guys, the head. And there's a totally ABO flake point. Definitely worth the hunt, but it's destined for my wire wrapping bin, and that's what it's going to be. It's going to be a nice little arrowhead.